Well, I knew this day was going to come. And okay, I'm not trolling in any way. I'm actually kind of emotional about this because this game I've been very, very vocal about how this game brought me into the franchise and how Danmachi Memoria Freese basically, it did a lot of work. It did a lot of good for me. It did a lot of good for my channel. It frankly got me into an anime that I otherwise just kind of passed over because, as we've all said before, like this anime, talk about specifically about the anime, kind of has like a funky name, right? It's this weird anime with this kind of, it seems like a typical harem franchise. I'm trying to muster my thoughts here because this is going to kind of be an off-the-cuff, very candid video because I'm a little emotional right now. So what are we talking about? So if you go to the news, it'll say an upcoming news story updates. And really, it's kind of the antithesis of what they're saying. So let's just jump into what's going on here, okay? So we made it our mission in the past 6 years to bring you a deeper view to the world of Danmachi with numerous fully voiced stories, completely supervised by the original author, Fujino Omori. So, as we said before, Omori always has his fingers in the game. And that's what makes this game fantastic. And as you've seen, like some of the other events that have been part of the anniversaries have become their own standalone stories. They light novels from the Estrella record have now spawned, and I would not be shocked if at some point down the line, we got the Fianna event and the Argonaut event and all that as their own dedicated light novels. But essentially here, if we go down, it says, maintaining these high standards is always... Skipped a paragraph. Maintaining these high standards has always been a core value of our mission. So when the time came that we were no longer able to provide the same quality, we knew we had to reevaluate what it was we originally set out to do. Okay? We're going to skip again down here, and it says, after the JP anniversary event, we will no longer bring you completely new stories. We are planning to continue re-releasing large-scale events, including previous anniversaries. We will continue to provide Danmemo content that you come to expect. Essentially, what they're saying is this coming event is the final event in Danmachi Memoria Freese, the final new event in Danmachi Memoria Freese. Now, here's the thing, guys, and this is why I'm a little emotional. I did prepare myself for this, okay? We've said for a long time, this is a gacha game, and gacha games have a limited scope. And I did mention back when we were talking about Battle Chronicle, which is a new mobile game, and we will be covering on this channel. We're not done with Danmachi content. But, with Battle Chronicle was supposed to drop in tomorrow, essentially. And they pushed it back 3 months, and that actually makes a ton of sense, because remember, the anniversaries are about 3-month-long events. So most likely what happened is Right Flare reached out to that publisher and said, it's not K-Lab anymore. Who's doing that? I don't remember who's doing that one now. And it doesn't really matter. Reached out to that publisher and said, hey, we've got this going on, we got this going on. And this is the perfect opportunity, because after the anniversary, people are going to be hyped, they're going to want more, and not getting new stories is going to give us a new game to move to. And I do maintain some criticisms of that game. We'll see how things go. They got 3 months to fix things, and they got 3 months to make decisions. So let's give them that opportunity. But what I really want to come across here and say, I have absolutely loved this game. We played this game essentially since day one on the global side. Since this was launched in the US, we've been playing this game on this channel. I have every single unit, or every single unique unit in the game, every single crossover unit, every single collab unit, or whatever you want to call it, Crunchyroll, Hime, and everybody. So I've got a I've got a long history with this game, and I've loved this game a lot. And as much as we talked about this day eventually coming, I really, in my heart of hearts, thought we had another 2, maybe 3 years here. Now, so we did mention this on a couple live streams, and we did say there's one last book of Sword Oratoria out. There's a handful of the novels, but in all honesty, they cover the anime more than they cover the light novels. And that makes a lot of sense, because that's could be their primary focus. So I don't think they've even mentioned Season 5. I don't think Season 5's been announced, unless I'm mistaken on that. I haven't seen anything on it personally. So they're out of anime. The Sword Oratoria light novels, we have one novel left, which will probably be this coming event. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm at a bit of a loss. I thought I had mentally prepared for this moment, and I'm at a bit of a loss. This is a very emotional moment, because I've never covered a channel that is sunset. I've watched other games sunset, but I've never covered on this channel a game that has come to a conclusion, especially one that we've been quite this immersed in. We'll continue to play other games on the channel. We still got Dokkan Battle. We got Battle Chronicle coming out. We got Konosuba still going strong. But I won't lie when I say this. This is going to be a very bittersweet anniversary for me, because I always say, like, when the anniversaries drop, there are it's a big meta, and it's a big meta shift, and there's this, there's that, and now does it really matter what drops? I hate to be that blunt about it, but I would almost have rather they drop this after the anniversary and let us just continue being hyped about the anniversary, rather than knowing now that the end is on the horizon. At least they're honest. That's one thing I've always given Right Flyer and Danmemo is honesty and openness, and at least, you know, the writing is there on the wall, and there's no questions about it. But yeah, I essentially, they do say they're going to do anniversary reruns and stuff. So remember, we didn't get an anniversary rerun for 5th anniversary. We didn't get any of that stuff. So you know, we have tops a year left in this game, and I think honestly most of the player base is probably going to move on once Battle Chronicle drops and once the anniversary's done, which is unfortunate. Now, we do have Battle Chronicle dropping. We do have another Danmachi mobile game that's coming out next year. So, yeah. Danmachi Memoria Freese is essentially over once the anniversary's over. And, yeah, I wanted you guys to hear it from me. And, once again, we're going to continue to cover games. We're going to continue to cover this game. I'm not giving up. I will be here until the last day. They will have to close the servers around me, because this game has done so much for me, so much for my channel, and so much for my love of the franchise that I'm not going anywhere. But it is a bit bittersweet. It really, really is. That's all I can really say. Share your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm not surprised, but I am disheartened. And I that comes from a place of admiration, less than I guess greed. I mean, essentially they are out of content though, so it kind of does make sense. And the one thing I will give them, and you've got to say this about the Amori, about Right Flyer, and just about Danmemo in general, at least they understand there's a level, there's a quality, and there's a certain amount of love and care that goes into this. And they at least are ending on a high note. So expect the anniversary to be nuts. I wouldn't even be shocked if the anniversary was like the most free-to-play thing we've ever seen in this game. I really and I kind of don't think that they're gonna go too crazy, asking people to wail and go nuts and all that. I mean, I will try to still max out the units just for, you know, purposes. But yeah, it's it hurts, but I agree. If you are out of content, then, you know, end on a high note. You know, die a hero so you don't become the villain, essentially. Very sad. There'll be more content coming up soon, guys. I'm still hyped for the anniversary. You know, we got Battle Chronicle coming, like I said. We got other content to cover. But I just wanted to drop this video, and I'm sorry, I've not really gathered my thoughts on it. I'm really just kind of still processing what's happening here, because it feels, it's like a breakup, guys. Like, for me, this feels like a breakup. Very sad. I'm disappointed and I'm disheartened, but you know, we'll move on. We'll find other games, and we'll remember this. I will remember this fondly. When the Astray record novels drop, 100%, we'll cover them on the channel. We'll talk about them. And what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll cover some of the stories here. We definitely need to do that. But for now, like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back with more Danmachi, more stuff. And if you guys want to see more, just the general content from this game, let me know down in the comments what kind of content you'd want to see in the sunset of Danmachi Memoria Freese. Do you want to see other Danmachi content? Do you want to see other anime content? Do you want to see me cover the light novels? Do you want to see me cover... Obviously, we're going to cover the other games. I'm not making promises, but I'd like to know what you guys think. I genuinely am curious where everyone's at on this. See you guys for more Danmachi really soon. I'm gonna go process my thoughts for a bit.